Namaste Friends. Welcome to Yoga Bliss with Shelly, and I am Shelly. Today's practice is autumn yoga. Fall is here. I just did an autumn equinox workshop last weekend, and I am super inspired to share this lovely practice with you. Unroll the mat, unpeel the edges. For your comfort, my friends, get yourself a couch pillow and a blanket, and together, let's do this. Welcome to Autumn Yoga, my friends. Join me in your lovely pose of gratitude. Big toes touching big toes. You can open the knees up wide on the mat. If you would like, you can grab your blanket or your pillow if you would like a more supported version, or you can just allow yourself to rest onto the earth, hinging forward at the hips, coming in for, you can hug your pillow. If you have glasses on, you might want to take those off. You can allow the arms to lay long. You can bring the arms back behind you as we take a pose of gratitude, beginning our practice as the seasons are shifting, as the cooler breezes are coming, allowing yourselves to simply just be, letting go of whatever was happening before this, whatever is happening after. Bringing in a big breath into the back of the heart, expanding at the intercostal muscles, that webbing of muscles between the ribs. And allowing yourself to exhale, organically flowing with the inhale, deepening the exhale. Bringing in a big breath into that back body. And allowing yourself to let go and sink. As today's practice is surrounded on the changing of the seasons, I ask for us to find stillness, and you continue cycling with that breath as we imagine a tree, a big, beautiful tree that is rooted in its being, envisioning yourself shooting roots down into the earth. Exhaling, every time we exhale today, allowing us to let go of something which no longer serves us. As we are rooted here in our being, we embrace these chillier mornings. It's still warmer in the afternoons here in Colorado, but enjoying this chill, enjoying this transition, this gentle switching of colors, watching the winds pick up and blowing the leaves gently off of the trees. And just as the trees, allowing ourselves to let go of feelings, thoughts, and emotions which no longer serves us. Each exhale, allowing that to go. As you take your pose of surrender, I would like to read something to you, so deepening in your practice. Welcome, autumn. Summer is at a close, and it is time to reap what we have sown. As the sun sets earlier and the wind and rain blows the leaves from the trees, we are reminded that it is time to let go. We are at a gateway to a new season, a new cycle in the circle of life. Step into the circle and give thanks as we gather the harvest that will sustain us through the winter. From Blue Moon Shamanic Reiki. Beautiful work, my lovely friends. Big breath into that back body and letting that go. Wonderful work. And slowly and mindfully bringing yourself up to a nice tabletop position, moving that pillow out of the way if you are using a pillow, and if you have a blanket, for your comfort, for the protection to keep happy, healthy joints. Coming in on all fours here. Really tuning in to a big wide open starfish hand planted into the earth, stacking shoulders over wrists, tuning into how it feels in the back, swaying with the hips. I know in our culture it's very common to have back problems, hip things. I've had a weird hip thing myself. So really tuning in into the feet, tuning into the ankles. As you look back, just allowing those feet to track back behind the knees, setting the hips over the knees, being aware if your knees are way too far back or too far forward, really aligning this beautiful body of ours. As we inhale, raising up, creating that big, tall, stretchy cat, right? It's almost October, and that means that it's almost going to be time for all these spooky black cats, right? Even though black cats are actually not bad luck. I think that they're good luck. It's like it's a good spirit animal. Exhale, dropping that navel, sinking that navel down and just tuning into the back and maybe swaying it. Tighten that prana, that breath into that life force. Inhale, raising it up. As my friends, we're here practicing yoga. Yoga, which means union, joining, right? I think in our culture, we're always worried about having a union. Exhale, diving in relationships like marriage or a committed relationship. And what about the union of ourself, of our mind, our body, and our spirit? Inhale, raising up, my friends. Exhale, sinking. And allowing yourself just to take a little free movement, maybe swaying those hips side to side, peeking behind the right heel, allowing the expansiveness in the opposite side body and the compression on the inner body. Really just feeling what it feels like in those hips. And bringing that visualization of a tree. Trees are perfectly imperfect. They have different branches. Some are short and stout, some are tall and thin, gangly. And trees never judge. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale to the opposite side, dropping the hip as you peek behind the left heel, opening the hip on the right body, expanding at the ribs. And knowing that we must be graceful, and we can learn so much from our teacher, the trees, right? We can learn from their crooked branches, we can learn from their shape, and we can just learn from how peaceful and still they are. Trees are seriously our biggest teacher, especially this time of year. Inhaling back to neutral. Really rooting the left hand into the earth as you corset that core strength, toning that navel in towards that spine. Inhaling that, raising that right hand up high to the sky. Exhale, threading through that needle, coming in for an active threading the needle. Inhaling to rise. Exhale to sink. Inhale to raising it up. Exhale to let it go. Inhale to raise that beautiful branch, floating that up. Exhale, pushing it down. Really rooting in through that core. Inhale to raise, exhale to sink, threading through that space. And allowing one hand to either post up or allowing that hand to gently reach around the back body, giving yourself a soft bind. Really allowing yourself to surrender and let go. As I've really been thinking about trees, friends, and how trees are transitioning and they're getting ready to lose all of their leaves, so they have no say, they don't get to choose, they just have to be, they have to surrender. And soon before we know it, these trees who are rooted in their being are going to be vulnerable, they're going to be naked, and they're just going to be. Exhaling that hand, posting it back into the earth if you haven't already, coursing that core strength up, threading that needle, bringing that hand up high to the sky, and really pressing and rooting that hand into the earth. Inhale, raising the opposite body as you root in, stacking that shoulder over the wrist. Exhale, raise to sink. And knowing that you can flow with your own breath, and knowing that your breath, my friends, is one of your most powerful forces. Raise it up. Exhale to sink it. Keeping this active, toning through that core, warming up that beautiful core that's so strong, no matter your perception of your body, that your core does such amazing work. Inhale to raise, taking one more, powering through, Making that inner strength. Exhale, sinking, allowing that shoulder to rest on the earth and gently resting here. You can post one hand into the earth, or you can gently unthread, you can bind, just gently bringing the arm behind that body and allowing yourself to just lay and surrender here, allowing your branches to go. Big breath into that back body and letting that go. And knowing that for our highest good, being vulnerable like these trees who are, the wind is whipping and blowing, big breath into that back body, that it's okay to be vulnerable, and that when you can open up to your authentic, real self, is when you can truly shine. We can learn so much from this beautiful transition of the seasons, my friends. Big breath in, flowing it out, and just feeling what it feels like. Acknowledging yourself, checking in, not trying to change yourself. And maybe for the rest of this practice, setting an intention to allow your feelings to flow to and through you without attaching to them. Because these thoughts, these feelings and emotions, my friends, they're merely energy. This is just energy. This has been proven from quantum physics that everything existing, thoughts, feelings, emotions, this yoga mat, our bodies, we're all energy and we're all vibrating, right? Exhaling, unthreading that arm, posting that hand into the earth, gently activating through the core, unthreading that needle, woo, and just tuning into how it feels in that body. Tuning into a big, wide open starfish hand. If you have a wider shoulder blade, you can allow the pinkies to rest off of the edge of the mat, or even a wider, if that feels better for you, you can allow the ring finger gently rolling the eyes of the elbows out. We can slowly move that blankie out of our way, our helper friend. And really tuning into those feet. Inhale to lift up slowly and mindfully, not all the way up, just lifting and hovering, opening up that front body, opening up through the shoulders. Inhale, coursing that core strength, finding strength in your trunk and in your roots, your hands, your branches. Really holding and powering through, and if you need to come down to those knees, really just hovering a few inches off of the earth. Slowly and mindful, big breath in. Letting it go. Resisting that urge. Allowing the resistance. Letting it go. Pushing through. Exhale, diving those sit bones high up to the sky. Slowly pedaling the feet. Walking out the dog. Not trying to power and press your heels into the earth, and being okay with wherever your heels are, if they're flat on the mat or if they need some space, knowing that it's okay wherever you are in your practice. And know that this is your practice, and no matter what injuries or what is happening in your body or tension, that if there is something ever in any of my practices that doesn't resonate with you, I ask for you to just intuitively listen to yourself. And take a pose which feels good. And slowly, you can walk, or hop those feet to the front of the mat. Exhaling into Uttasana, a forward fold, aligning those feet inside of the hips. And really just giving them love here in Uttasana. Beautiful feet that do so much for us. Allow your body to hang like a weeping willow tree, and just slowly ragdolling, weeping your branches side to side, feeling what it feels like in the hips, and just accepting. And if you need a nice generous bend to the knees, bend those knees. If you need a nice rounded spine, round that spine. Let go of these ideals of perfection in our doing, and allowing us to just be here like the trees. as this changing of season is amidst us. Slowly and mindfully catching half of a wave, raising up to the shins, removing any wrinkles out of the neck, creating this nice flat back, my friends. Big breath in, a big current of energy that radiates up the bottoms of the feet, through the sit bones, through the heart, and then beaming through the heads. Exhale to sink down to the earth, folding forward. Inhale halfway, pausing here, creating this flat back, this beautiful flat back. Exhale to sink, pausing for one moment, and then slowly and mindful catching a wave and allowing each vertebrae to raise, being okay with any cricks or pops or any funky monkey spots in that body, and just pausing here. Wonderful work, friends. Meeting me in your mountain. I live near the Rocky Mountains, and mountains are so peaceful, and allowing yourself to pause in a peaceful, peaceful mountain. Big breath into that heart and letting it go. We're just slowing down. Inhale, floating those arms, those branches high up to the sky, palms kissing palms to the heart center, humbly tucking this chin. Focusing on that exhale and being the noticer and simply noticing the thoughts. Notice the feelings. Notice any sensations as you slow down. Slow down. Imagining a beautiful warm fall color and envisioning that color and breathing that color into that heart center. And bringing that color into that heart center and slowly allowing it to billow, to expand like a gentle fog from a diffuser, turning on that anahata, the spiritual heart. In this moment, saying these words within or without, within or speaking out. I love myself. I love myself. I approve of myself. I approve of myself. I accept myself just the way I am. Beautiful work, my friends. Exhaling and meeting me at the center of your mat, because we are here doing this lovely autumn practice. We're going to become trees. Look at this, my beautiful tree. Let's become our trees. So choosing the right foot, really rooting that right foot into the earth. And imagine like a big zipper that's zipping up from your tippity toes to the ankle to the knee, all the way up to the hip, all the way up high through the heart and the top of the head. You are the noticer of your body, and you are strong and rooted in this moment. So in this moment, just simply taking that left foot just up, just gently, and noticing what happens to the hip, to the knee. Just notice. Feel what it feels like to bring that balance into one foot. Often life, trees, the changing seasons, we're off balance. So we have to learn how to find inner balance, even though it's unbalanced, right? I have 3 kids. Today was probably the hardest morning I've ever had as a mom, with emotions flying. And I had to learn to find my own balance, even though my kids were being wacky banana sandwiches, because that happens, right? So really tuning into that body as you envision a beautiful tree, wherever you are, whatever part of the world you are from. I know there's trees everywhere. They are here, just here helping us grow. First option, my friends, is really sitting that core strength, activating that navel through, scanning up, finding all that strength from the foot to the calf, soft bend to the knee joint, my friends. Giving happy, healthy joints means protecting them. First option up, kickstand. So if you're super new to the practice of yoga and you've seen people doing these tree poses and you have this idea of what you think that you should be doing, I want you to take a big old bucket of white paint and I want you to paint yourself white and create a new vision, because We have to start here, which is right where we are. And right where we are is exactly where we need to be. So really being aware if you are pressing on that joint. So second option, and we don't want to press on the joints. We want to be healthy. So second option, my friends, is right between the knee joint and the ankle joint. The biggest thing that we want to be leery of is resting right here on the nook. When I first started practicing yoga, this is how I always did my tree pose. It felt right. Actually, that can create a lot of injuries, and that's not what we want. We don't want to be injured, right? Second option, all the way up high into the crook of right up by that pelvic wall, really equally pressing in with the sole of the foot as you are with the thigh. So it's not just pressing one way and you're allowing this body to collapse. You're creating this long strengthened line. Inhale, find that space of that tree. As you slowly, you can pause and you can keep your hands at Anjali Mudra, palms kissing palms. Or if you want to go for a little tree journey, you can exhale and slowly float those branches. Just floating. You can meet me at the top. Woo! You can create the Gayana Mudra, circles with pointer and thumb, or Anjali Mudra, palms kissing palms. And no, woo! I almost lost it, but I didn't. But you can find your balance, even though there's unbalance in the world. Using a drishti, woo! A still visual point. I caught myself. Sometimes when we think too much. Inhale, you can press those hands on the top of the head, growing that tree. Really rooting that self into the earth. Floating those branches around. Whatever feels good for you in your body. And finding balance right here, right now. You get to choose your balance, my friend. You get to choose to be balanced. Slowly, my body is trying to throw me off. Woo! Finding that inner balance. Slowly unhinging that leg. Woo! Unraveling and shaking it out. Woo! Feeling the burn. I always love to do a little really nice shake-a-roni. Shake in a circle. Shake the shoulders. Shake out that ankle. Maybe give that knee a little hug. Wow! That hip flexor is working in overdrive for that pose. My friends, coming in for your tree on the opposite side. So whatever space that you chose, if it was that kickstand, that calf, just being aware that we're not pressing into the ankle or the knee joint. We're being kind and loving our joints. So really rooting that left foot into the earth, zipping that line up, and really creating this confidence within by raising that heart rate light, by squeezing the shoulder blades together and opening up that chest, shining that autumn glowing light, that beautiful light that you have inside of you, and just shining it. Inhale slowly and mindfully, placing that foot. If you are up high, I really encourage you to really be mindful of the leg and pressing in and really keeping that heel up towards there. I know that this side is my more challenging side, woo, than my other side. So find your balance. That's how I find my balance sometimes. However it looks for you. Inhale, raising it up, creating that beautiful tree. You could take that mudra. You can slowly float your branches up. You can just be free. And knowing that when the wind comes, blowing big breath into that body, pressing it out, we can be rooted. And our leaves, they're going to blow off. We're going to be vulnerable. We're going to be exposed. Something that people told us that we never want to be. I encourage you to expose yourself for who you really are. The real you, not the ego you. For all the real raw feelings. Expose yourself and you will grow exponentially. Be your authentic, raw, vulnerable self. And your life will change for the best. Slowly floating those arms back down, unhinging, woo, rolling out that ankle and bringing it down, whoa, and shaking it out. Woo, maybe giving that knee a little hug into the chest, rolling out that ankle. Now pause here, finding your peaceful mountain. as you lift up all the toes and just press them into the earth, gently rolling the shoulders. Inhale, raising those shoulders up, back towards the spine, pinching the blades together, envisioning there's a pencil back there and you're keeping that pencil held between your shoulders. This is also creating confidence within as we activate that core, open that heart. Exhale, sinking down. Inhale to raise. And just gently slouching into the knees, allowing that weight to go into the heels and the pads of the feet. Inhale to raise. Exhale to sink. Meeting me at neutral. Inhale, raising up, coming forward, really squeezing that front body like there's that pencil, a big old pencil, maybe more of like my daughter has a squishmallow that you would want to squish in the front. Exhale to sink, really just tuning into that spine, in that body. Woo, we're doing good work, you guys. Look at us, we're awesome. Inhale, raising that up, and maybe trying one shoulder at a time. Taking it slow, doing a little dance move if that feels good. Maybe taking it back a little bit, bring it on back. Do a little dance move, you can shake that booty. I love dance. Dance is so healing for me and so liberating. It just allows you to get out of your head and get in that body. Wonderful work, my friends. Slowly and mindfully, carving a small circle, a clockwise circle with the nose. Clockwise is to your right, but if you're mirroring me, you'll be going to your left, so you pick, okay? I don't mean to confuse you. I'm confusing myself a little bit. That's okay. We're all just people, right? And slowly spiraling, working love into that neck, not wanting to do anything else, not wanting to be anywhere else. And as you spiral to a big old circle, pausing in the middle, exhale, spiraling in the opposite direction, giving that neck some love, 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 love. Yay, thank you, neck. And slowly allowing the ear to rest on the right shoulder, opening up the neck on one body. And if you feel called, you can open one leg up long. So as you drop to the right body, you can open the leg up to the left. And if it feels good, you can give that calf a little stretch by sinking forward. You can exhale into that heel and really press that calf and really open up that calf. This is just slow. If you feel like you need to do something with your arms, you can give yourself a little hug. Inhaling, meeting me back at neutral, allowing that ear to go to the left side, pointing the right foot away from you, just gently opening it up. The toes just gently pointing to the corner of the mat here. So we're getting lots of things going. And if this feels like it's a little bit too much for you, you can just stay in your mountain. Really pointing those toes. You can even kick that weight back into the left sit bone and really open up. You can open up feeling that at the hip and the glutes, the quads, the hamstrings. Ooh, you can feel it everywhere. It feels so good. Pointing, really stretching out, bending in the knee, opening up that calf, opening up the top of the foot, the bottom of the arch of the foot. That feels so good. And just slowly meeting me back at neutral and allowing your head maybe to shake a little yes, a little no. Giving yourself a big old hug. Hug it up, my friends. As we exhale, diving forward, and allowing yourself to open those legs up and just slowly twist it on out. And bringing those hands down and allowing yourself to take a little variated yogi squat. So this is more of like a gorilla, right? Side to side. If you would like, you can allow yourself to take a yogi squat if that works for you. If it doesn't, you can stay up here and you can do your gorilla, just slowly side to side, being a little bit primal in your own body. And allowing your body just to be. Or if that yogi squat is what you feel called to do, you press those feet into the earth, open up that heart, and just simply taking a big long breath in, letting that sink. And from here, my friends, allowing yourself to come into that tabletop position, crisscross applesaucing, bringing your booty all the way back and slowly allowing those legs to lay along. You can grab that blanket if that feels more comfortable for your spine. Actually, I have a better idea. On the fly, grab that blanket, get that pillow. This is for a supported fish. You can also just have the option to take your Shavasana, or you can follow me in this last pose for a supported fish. So if you don't have pillows, you can pause this and just grab pillows off of your couch or from your bed. And slowly from the core, exhaling all the way down onto those pillows, allowing that heart to open. You can lay the legs long. You can give a starfish, a butterfly. You could starfish your arms. You could bring the hands to the belly. And here with this changing of the seasons, I want you to tell yourself, I am grateful for, and say 3 things: people or experiences. Big breath in. Big breath in as you open that heart light up. And when you're finished repeating, I am grateful for myself. I am grateful for my body. I am grateful to be alive today. Really focusing that breath as you bring it into that heart center, expanding and opening and deepening. And allowing yourself to take 5 deep breaths. You stay. I'm going to grab my glasses to read this to you. Stay exactly where you are, opening the heart. Oh, feels so good. It's one of my favorites. As I read this lovely autumn blessing, as you open up your heart to this changing of the seasons. Autumn blessing. I welcome all the energy of autumn into my life. Autumn is a time of transformation and reflection. Like the leaves falling away from their branches, my life flows and changes peacefully and at all the perfect timing. I take time in autumn to reflect on my life and where I am going in it. I have a clear vision of the changes I need to make so that I may continue to grow into my highest good. I enjoy the cooler weather and all the changing colors that are unfolding throughout nature. This is the season of warmth and gentleness, a reflection of my inner self. With grace, I let go of anything that is not serving me positively, and I make ways for many new blessings. Beautiful, beautiful, my friends. As you lay here in this beautiful heart-opening pose, just continuing to allow that heart light to shine, to be wide open, taking 2 more big expansive breaths into that heart center, and breathing gratitude into the heart space. And exhaling gratitude into your surroundings. Breathing in surrender into that heart center. Exhaling surrender. And breathing in love for yourself. Exhaling love out. Breathing in love for yourself. Exhaling love out. And slowly, if your feet were in butterfly, you can bring them up together, touching knees together, and slowly rolling to the side, whoop, and you can just gently move the blankie and the pillow out of the way, just neutralizing, flattening that spine, and allowing yourself to simply surrender here, taking a few breaths in your Savasana, whatever that looks like for you today. Continue bringing that autumn color into that heart center and letting it go. Big, beautiful breath into that heart space. letting it go, and simply allowing whatever feelings or thoughts are coming to you, allowing them to come and allowing them to let go like the leaves on the trees, allowing them to let go and blow off down the road, down the street, into the air, swirling into the universe where they are just taken away. And my friends, gently rolling to a side, if this feels good for you, into a fetal position. And just curling up maybe into a little bitty ball. And allowing yourself time for you to just be, and knowing that you are loved, and knowing that you are safe here, and knowing that you are protected. Long exhale out. Finding that space in between the thoughts, in between the doings. And when you're ready, using that top hand as a kickstand and just gently pushing yourself up. You're doing so good. You're doing so good at welcoming autumn, welcoming fall. And keeping those eyes closed, meeting me in your Sukhasana. If you need to grab a blanket or a pillow to put under those sit bones, if that feels better, to give a little pelvic tilt, you may just stay. And completing this lovely autumn practice with 5 ohms. Om is just the primordial sound of the universe, and it just raises our vibration and brings all of our practicers together. You can choose to take a mudra. You can choose to lift the hands up. You can put them on your heart. Whatever feels good for you. You can choose to give yourself a hug here. Whatever you need in this moment. Closing the eyes and just following my lead, my friends. Big breath in. Gently bringing palms, kissing palms, settling in at that heart center, envisioning that beautiful autumn color in that heart center, and continuing today to continue to keep shedding and letting go of what no longer serves you, whether it's resistance or guilt or resentment or anger or fear, whatever that low vibe feeling that keeps pulling us down, allowing us to just continue to let go and let our leaves blow and be rooted here as we grow our hearts. And honoring and acknowledging the light and the love within you. And giving gratitude for all of the relationships in your whole life. And sending out like a big spider web, just shooting out this invisible light that connects us all together. And inside saying, I am grateful for you, self. I love you, self. I love you, self. I accept you, self. I accept you, self. Namaste, friends. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing. That was so beautiful. And my friends, if you would like to deepen your practice with autumn, as I was sharing, I did this lovely autumn equinox workshop this last weekend. And so after this practice, if you are open to continuing to grow, which I know that you are, to journal areas in your life where you feel like you could use more balance. So just journal without judgment that someone's going to be peeking over your shoulder or judging you or looking at it. This is just for you. Areas where you could use more balance. Is it, I could use more balance in the mornings when I wake up. Maybe I could drink some more water in the morning, or maybe I could practice yoga more, or maybe in moments where I'm feeling overwhelmed, I could slow down and breathe. So you could journal that. What areas in my life could I use more balance? And then another thing you could choose to journal on, if that resonates with you, is areas in my life or emotions, feelings, or thoughts, whatever you resonate with, things that you can let go of. So when we were doing that practice, I know that sometimes I have this underlying need to guilt people, just this programming, guilting, whether it's guilting my kids to feel bad for their brother or sister, or guilting my husband. So for me, I know that I can choose to let go of that need to try to guilt and shame people, something that we were raised with, right? So allowing yourself to just journal, what is it in your life that you feel that you could let go of that is no longer serving you, without judgment. And then to complete that, just at the very end, just journaling what you're grateful for in your life. So just those 3 things if you want, or 1. So just areas where you can balance, things you may let go of, and what you are grateful for. So I am so grateful for you practicing with me, and just be open to growing with the seasons, because there's a season for everything. And autumn is this beautiful chance to see transformation, and knowing that this transformation is also happening here and in this entire world and all of the relationships around us. So being open to letting go and being open to being vulnerable, and knowing that it's okay to be who you are, because you are amazing, you are beautiful, you are a gift, and I am so grateful for you, and I'm so grateful for this practice of yoga. I love you, and please thumbs up Yoga Bliss and share, because that's what life is all about, sharing. I love you, my friend. So much love. Namaste.